अस्सलाम वालेकुम। माइक टेस्ट, माइक टेस्ट चेक दे। माइक टेस्ट। माइक हाल बा गुरु गले kalian yang mendak ikut
الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم كلا إن الإنسان ليطغى أن رآه استغنى إن إلى ربك الرجعى صدق الله العظيم.
Adili salawata salamga ekalege faange itiro alumna mitil sahabin shanu kuram. Stelcoge Managing Director Al-Falil Hussein Fahmi, Stelcoge Deputy Managing Director Hingun Teriverinna mi haflaya wadagen tibbevi emmeha muwazzafun. Assalamu alaikum. Mi haflaga Quran kiyawa devvi Stelcoge muwazzaf Hamda Ahmad. Hafla taraf ko kushala demu migendani algand Aishat Malika Afsal. Mi haflayaki Stelcoga alat taraf kuravigenda Stelco Knowledge Hub iftitah kurunge gotun bavva hasa haflaye. Stelco Knowledge Hubaki ijadi visnuma hidumatge emme mati gintiya vasilvuma mikum funin kuramunda masakkatuga kuriyang ala muhimu fiyawale. Mi muwazzafunge meduga nafsu taraggi kurumge ruha badahi kamayaku guligen kuriyarumge fikur ashganawumge niyatuga kumfunige kuriha muwazzafunna huluwalagen mi kumfunige Human Resources and Training Department fasha harakate. Mi hisabun Stelco Knowledge Hub iftitah koddevun edi waran adab veri kamayaku kumfunige Managing Director Al-Falil Hussein Fahmi garihun algan edi dannawa. ಶುಕ್ರಿಯಾ MD. Miyadu iftitahu kurevigendiya Stelco Knowledge Hub ge tarafe tiya befulunna devwa mi haraka revifawaage tafsil kod devwama algon mi dannawalani Human Resources and Training Department ge General Manager Hussein Farhad ge arihun General Manager Hussein Farhad.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني واحفظه قولي. رب زدني علما وارزقني فهما. Stelco MD, Stelco Deputy Managing Director. Miyapla Government Knowledge Shaker Government is out of the group for the Mr. Algona Miyadu Ipifa Viva Wakutukolga mi hawal kare to adimai ki Stelco chaba bihe gotum ibe konona kodon kiya adi mede ki warabes pahawen duade algon menge MD ge himmateri minnateri adi duruvisne visnumuge tere algon menge human capital development MD baba iskam algon menna pahawe niyetu dinan आज मेरे मेरे पियोगे सबों अलवन में बितार को एस्टेल को नॉलेज हब की सबों अलवन में के इनमें बोल में आमाज़ की अलवन में के इनमें ये एस्टेल को नॉलेज हब की आमाज़ की मोज़ेफों के मेदुगा मोज़ेफों के ये को भी रुपनरा एबेफों के नॉलेज एबेफों के एक्सपीरियंस का शायद कोई बेहने मार्केट अलवन में एस्टेल को बेहते गजान एगो तो Stelco Knowledge Hub का अलवन में मी फैसिलिटेट करते नहीं मोज़ेफोन एबेफों में दुसरोई उनारा अम्रीना इल्मा मी प्लेटफॉर्म एहे मोज़ेफोन ना हिसाब से उनको हम एक इतना अलवन में के एमे मुहिम इसका में Stelco Knowledge Hub बनते हैं अलवन में के टेक्निकल नॉन टेक्निकल दायरा तो कमी है इल्मा तका मोज़ेफोन ना हिसाब और करते हैं एवं एक इतुरम बिकम कुरुमट्टका Stelco Knowledge Hub के तेरे Stelco के इंटर्न मोज़ेफों के तेरे ट्रेनर्स पूरे अलवन में याद कर दिया हूँ क्या पुराना आज एवेफुल नकी इंटरनेशनल सर्टिफाइड ट्रेनर गोटुका याद कर दिया सर्टिफिकेशन इधे गोटा में प्रोग्राम में कुछ दिन कम हो गया नहीं का अलवन में भी देखा होती एनिमी मा ट्रेनर्स के गोटुका इनिशिएटिव ना का होगा ना अलवन में प्रोग्राम में राशों सर्टिफिकेशन प्रोवाइड करती अति इंटरनेशनल ट्रेनर उनके इनके हमारे को विशाल प्लेटफॉर्म तक मैच विशाल सेशंस का लगाते हैं उनके तजुर्बा अति विशाल प्लेटफॉर्म तो मालूमात उनको फुर्सत का याद कर रजिस्टर को तेरे रजिस्टर को बेरों में मौजूद होना दिखेगा अति एक इतना अलवन में याद कर दिया हम dedicated learning space Stelco के तेरे अलवन में initiative education काम कर देना then मुर्जुम का बचेगा अलवन में ये इनका बोर्ड इसका में मिलेगा कि अरे अलवन में ये इंटीग्रेशन का बोर्ड एक विष्णु की अब तो Stelco एक ही उनके ने आज उगन ना दे आज मोज़े को डेवलप करना वास्ते पूरा आने की गोटुका या ये विदा इतुर बार हम काम से रात कर दिया अलवन में ये Stelco के Knowledge Hub ये था Stelco Knowledge Hub के इनिशिएटिव तो वे तेरेगा अगर कोई मेंशन कर दे बता याद कर दिया हम महा को उपहार अलवन में के हमस मोज़े पे के स्किल हिस्सा करोगे प्रोसेस अलवन में भी प्लेटफॉर्म का नियंत्रण आदि हम एक इतरो externally tibi kiyawagen tibi unaruge gaadu bekulum raakwe biawon Stelco state ekene moza kunna hisaba bekulumge ediri knowledge hisaba ko kursoka raakwe biawon platform ge diyena. The technical non-technical training and the mandatory training raakwe biawon brain kurevige Stelco ge certified Stelco ge unaruge engineering adi tibi senior bekul edu ekko alwan ge budiha moza kunna raakwe biawon negotiations ka Stelco ge knowledge namke tere alwan pettigenda. I will mention Kolkata trainer school के कंसर्ट रात को भी आलवन में पुरवादान आलवन में trainer school एकुदावादानी ये आलवन में बुरिया मौज कुन आलवन में पुरवादान trainer school का दायरवा एदें पुला को इंटरेस्ट को के आलवन में नाइटा बाना चिके आलवन में हम बुरिया मौज कुन स्कूल से इधि इंस्टीट्यूट आदि की आदि लोग इंस्टीट्यूट आदि पूरे शाखा लोग इंस्टीट्यूट डेवलप को आदि बिहिंगा बढ़ते करता मौजे को ना साबा ये मुझे प्लेटफॉर्म में ज्ञान मिलेगा क्योंकि हमें क्या है को मैं ऐसा थियोरेटिकल नॉलेज है और मैं हिसाब क्लास के लिए मिसाल का इंजीनियर वेग बोर्ड इंजीनियर हुआ को मुझे मसे करते ज्ञान करते जो दशा हुआ लेकिन जाएगा एक दिमाग बड़े चैलेंजेस का एक फोटो का ये होता एक मालूम आलू को होता है मेजर चैलेंजेस का अच्छी इस और में हम मौजे को हिसाब करेंगे ಅವನ ಹಿತಂ ಇವತ್ತು ವೆಚ್ಚಿಯಾಮ ಏಯಿ ಬರಬಹುದು ಭಾರತ ದಿಗಂತಾನ ಅವನ ಎಮ್ಮೋಜಕ ಅನುಮೋಜಕ ಮಿ ಮೌಲ್ ಮಾತಾ ಅನುಶಾಕ ಅದಿ ಎರಿಬೆ ಇಲ್ಮುಗೆ ಹೊನರ ಅವನ ಮೆಂಗೆ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋಗ ವಸಕತಿಗೆ ಮಹಾವರ್ಗ ಬೇರಕು ಅವನ ಮಿ ಮಸೆಗೆ ಕುಡಿಯ ಗೆಂದಿಯ ಮಟಕ ಸೆಲ್ಕೋಗೆ knowledge ಹತ್ತಿ ವಿಸಿಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅವನ ಮೆ ಖಾನಾಲ ಕುರಿ ಅವನ ಕಬೂರ್ ಕುರನಿ ಇಬೆ ಕುಣಂಗೆ इयाला मशवरा के दशो आदि आवन में के दीजिए इयाला मशवरा या अप्रूवल के दशो ये इनिशिएटिव तक पूरे के दिए मां कुछ बार कर देंगे था एंड मालवन में ये लॉन्च करेंगे के मीडिया Stelco नॉलेज बारे को आवन में के उनको इनिशिएटिव तक आवन में के मी पूरी मौजूद को के तरेगा माइंडसेट एंड क्यूरियोसिटी ग्रोथ आवन में फोकस करा और अब इस मेंशन करा लाइन in the race of excellence, there is no finish line. Alwan में कोई अध्ययन alwan में grow बनना yes, अब तो सुधी हम next step पर forward next step कोई आगे दियो किया वाला बाकी उम्र में alwan में किया वो में मामा के उम्र पे से forward आने किया वाला बना पड़ा उम्र में गन्ना दिनों का बाकी आगे टाइमलाइन में alwan में किया वो उतारा दुआ की यही alwan में ये ग्रोथ स्टॉप वाला Kalau tu di kuliah akan kami celebrate, kuliah integrate, kuliah everyday work process, kuliah macam jelas kuliah yang terus terega, awan menjadi culture, create kuliah dah. Tapi awan menjadi di, kami boleh awal tadi awan menjadi kuliah macam tu, baru kuliah macam initiative kuliah bendio, adi di बुरिया मौजूदों एक्को अवन में के विजानी का भी लान करूँ का ग्रो करूँ का बुरिया मौजूदों अवन में ना तो बाहर लेकिन निमसे करूँगा बाहर लेकिन अवन के दुआएं की Stelco है आदि अवन में के सीनियर मैनेजमेंट उन आदि इनिशिएटिव का आदि अवन में पूरा नसक करूँगा बाहर लोग बताया बाहर लेकिन अवन में एडमाकी बुरिया मौजूदों बस नियत में लॉन्च में के मुझे इनिशिएटिव का अतः कोई ओलाला इना फिर दिया मी इनिशिएटिव की Stelco का भारत तारीखी और सक्सेस अभी पूरी मौका कंटिन्यूअसली पूरी दान और जिन्होंने जीवित का आरोप में जे पूरे शाखा लेकिन दान अपने शोमा का लेकिन जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin nabiyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Stelco ge DMD adi funfunige ispearing adi ammenge miyaduge me hafta ga furtama TikTok me speech debba wadanne musto adi funfunige dobet mawzifu. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Samne liya ehara adi funfunige HR department of islagagen miyadu mi kuriye genwa program ad Stelco knowledge hub arundanwa nimi wara muhimmu wara tarihi duhaka bes vegendane he aruna hiban sabaki mikum funyaki kudakum funyenno mikum funyaki murum wara duwaswe fa funfunye hadya fasaharu fa funfunye mikum funye mikum funige mustaqbala de terega visna fikruko mustaqbal rawa platform kam mi knowledge hub vegendin eran warbona de edum miyadu visnambi annen miyadu mikum funige sateka wana aharu divas paha pura duwahu nuwata sateka aharu pura duwas annen kandata hinna nego miyadu visna fikru nukuranya denganna jeevitakum bunana annen kuri kitoy alwara boda ede edme mi platform ga annen fansavi saharu fahun annen tibene halat wazanko e dialogue fetto fansavi saharu fahun men beenu kurane concept mulimbe renewable energy to nota new and renewable energy to nota nuclear power to kiha hale goto dunia onnani amme wajhe miharo men kunfuni fansavi saharu fahun onnane tasawware bina kuran asu at least a dialogue fatange wajhe erunta diha haru fahun nota bihi haru fahun fansavi saharu fahki ma gina duhen nodetto ehem biwa mika platform star men pandalan ammenna eba fene miedu kunfuni tibi zuwanum mikama shawweri wa tan zuwanum ge shawgar menna fene ehemima managing director haysiyatun adi management bes beenu bagotaki magu fahi koddinu ammenna koddewena kama kiyai magu fahi koddinu ekam kurumuga amme mitibi kuriyadda hama management aunda irshad debbi hingashe research foundation fadda zuwanum eba tibbe shawweri kam amme research foundation su fadda fe registry copy irad korbi iftitah jasa waranga hobbaban hama ko Stelco cooperative society ves miharendi activate wefa adi ege turu mihare hingamunda Stelco club huriga Stelco club recreation club registry vesebe wara tarihi wara boduko hingi club 30 vejje tarihi club e club adun wujuda genamuge masaka samay kuramubada alwara boda ede edume miyadu mi feshigenda program ge beenu hifa mustaqbal khandala debo mustaqbal khandalmaki hamikani managing director of the management ge nota middle management zimmaine purha mozufunge zimmaine mi arun hitangeri mes kommesaraka tibefuna kommesech hissa kollani arun mi suwa kuram beenu mani tibefuna kinetto arun tibefuna help dendi de miswa tibefuna kuram bi tibefuna customer mitaranga amas customer fenuna ki hinetto timanna kongotagatto ehiteri veden bi hidmatu gotun adi ehem gotakum bies adi ege turabbe sadum fula ko lebeje haddi fasaharu imarme beje miswa gawma veskura divehi gawman amme meebura boda khidmet devene goten amme hoden beje arun dekhe gotuga hamaikan Stelco ennu mi Stelco economic powerhouse gawmuge ammen huriha men me khidmet deni power deni ehma gaum diruem kur huriha masakatar me kurange bache saubaki abminge terega miunkor workforce ehen evves kumfunya konnane harunda ke hiyen me diviraje tawlimi gabil zuwan team ngam me terege ehem ei alme beru wache gaum hidme kur then knowledge hub knowledge of base ko fa HRon kame kuri manu komme saraka address ko da beru ki bento asuga knowledge mi base kuri दुनिया के बड़ी तो कौन तक बला ला रुगा स्टॉक एक्सचेंज तक बला ला नो टॉप 10 बलवाती बेफो टॉप 10 का उलेनी कौन का द कौन तक तो टेंजिबल एसेट तो इंटेंजिबल एसेट तो गैंग उलेनी फाइनेंस बेफो बती बेमिता वारा मधुआन हमें कने अरुणा रिकॉल कुरेवे एमए कौन यावती सऊदी अरामको एकन दें हुरिहा कौन की नॉलेज बेस कौन FBA बेल कम ट्विटर बेल कम गैवियस गूगल कम गैवियस all knowledge base e befuring intangible asset tangible asset of ginawan em armenves midani dunia midani dimala em armen baje he mi knowledge share ko then me share ring eterega kuri government culture ke engage enme kiya nudinu miharu kiya nudifiyati engage ke mudda thamawane fahudu eha war dunia badawam midani em armen na miharu engage amille advantage ka ewaha ka ehmin ka rundaka utum ei almenna libe nikamiti kame mihar ei knowledge eha awaha badalumunda ma ahude gamme mitibi miedu faddati madan badave version badave detto ehma almenna mege chammen ekakonaka kiya den ebaje he kiya de ma ahulen ibe almenge staffun ge e shawgeri kan ebhuri eha mikala platform almen mi establish koddeni ham ekamattaka और मी टॉपिक चूज करी को मैं मागिना वाह दक्का करना और मी टॉपिक चूज करी तिबे फुलुन्ना एहम बे फुलुन्ना असु मिसवा कुरुम बेगे ए छोड़ इन यूनिट हडुन एक दफा मोजिफुन अदि और मैं हुरिहा मोजिफुन हुरिहा मैं और मैं गाता हिदमें लिबिगन ना मोजिफुन ना नोता और मैं गाता हिदमें लिबिगन अन्ना राइतुन ना मिसवा कुरुम बेगे और मैं ना मिहार हिदमें मिदिवे गो रंगालु तो almenna mikan itura rangal kuren konkameto kodde oti miswale bajhe kura almenna kuriya devani yarun kanne arun kuriyas midanna wale hama almenna mikan kurevijiya mige teren annam baane ottaren hori kamenni migen annam baane miki edduh deduh program en echarun kandala gotuga almenna mustaqbal kandala platform ka me platform hedija den oti wara boda mi maksad hasil सबकी अम्मेंगे तेरे केवाती बेबे फुंगे बती बेबे मिथंता वाह दक्का यारुगा हमारे बेफुन तो क्या हिस्ट्री या बेते बेफुन अम्मेंगे तारीह गोसोती किनेतो अम्मे मिहिसाबंग है किनेतो अम्मे मिहिसाबंग ऐसा मिहार आराम को मिलनी कुरीगती मिहु कुरी मसकत देतो एम अम्मेस मसकत कुरे बजे फंसे साहर को मिता मसक कुराने बायका अम्मेंगे मसकन को पे अबुनाने देतो अम्मेंगे जनरेशन टेक्नोलॉजी में हुरिहा टेक्नोलॉजी लिविंग कोफदिया का मिलते अहम भी वाल मिदन वाली मी प्लेटफॉर्म हुरिया फंसे विसार पंडाल वादे वाशे ए नॉलेज शेयर को दे वाशे पेपर्स तक गिन वाशे मैनेजमेंट हमें रिसर्च फाउंडेशन से बे हम कोलैबोरेट कुरेवन रिसर्च फाउंडेशन हती बेफुंती वाह दको आयरुगा कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी है बे और मैं मुस्तकबिल बिना को बेनुवा बाय व्यापारी आइडियाज कुंफुन जैसे देगा ना सोसाइटी में सब में मियदु मी इफ्तिताह कुरे उनी वरा मुहिम और देखे गोतुगा मोजिफुन्ना मिहुबिगेंदा फुर्सत के वारा रंगल फुर्सत मीगे बेणु हिप्पो वागे डायलॉग एस्टैब्लिश का डायलॉग कोमे मी को बदवा की उत्तर होरी कामयाबी बदवा का दो देबा एगे कुंफुन्या आदि गांव में फायदा नि बेने कमाले त्राण में बेशके और न वरबोडा निम्मल को वरबोडा शुक्र अदा को ऑर्गेनाइज कर दे बीती खास तो एचआर हेड आदि एचआर टीम एचआर गिम्योगो तोती वाला जुआन टीम तफात कंदते बेफला उंडा हमें बेगेन्नवा गेन्न हुरिहा कमक हुद्ददे मोड़ मिदानी ए अरुणगे वजीफा मगुफाहि को दिनु किनेतो हेल्प पानी मिसवाल उफद्दवा मिसवाल कोफ्फा मिसवाल जवाब बेस्तेबा एर हुना रंगल और निम्मालानो हुरिहा बेफना वरबोड शुक्र दानवा वस्सलाम अलैकुम
Okay. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Algondu wahaka dakkani ingiresi ngeta. Masale betoega. Komme nun wahaka nu dekketi kino ekamu algondu miedu tibe furna hissa kollam mi beenum wa knowledge algonda tankole rangalan ingiresi kiyade vetive. Eme ekam algon kollana ama waran aadaga wara simple ingiresi ngeta. And a pointer native. I have a varam udaguwan kannege back and forth. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah. All right. Okay. When I was 15 years of age, I thought that I should go into the field of teaching. So I finished grade 10, and then I went back to Majidiya school and started teaching commerce for grade 8. I was just 16 years of age then. This experience made me very much passionately involved in the art of really sharing knowledge. And I've been doing it for a very, very, very long time. The company that I represent is called Minefields. And even this particular company has been in this knowledge sharing business for more than a decade now. Now, more than a decade means you would go through many things, isn't it? Many, many things. Because that knowledge sharing is our 8 hours of work every day. Which also means I have to sit down, read and read and read to understand knowledge. And then pass on the knowledge for the people who want it most. So knowledge sharing is something that I really, really enjoy doing, and we do it very passionately. Now, over the last 10 years, customer service has been an area that a lot of companies have been very interested in. So we start reading, we start learning, and we also start experiencing certain things that is vital for knowledge to be learned. Now today I will share with you what we have learned overpassing this knowledge, the customer service knowledge. Serving customers from the heart. Serving customers. Is that okay? Serving customers from your heart? I think this is not okay. When I was teaching in CHSC, one day I went to the school, 7 a.m. the school starts. So I was here. And then I noticed one girl in the audience, one student, who wasn't interested in learning. She wasn't interested at all. So after the 1 hour session, I went to her and I spoke to her why she wasn't interested in learning that day. It so happened her mother passed away 2 days ago. Do you know what I went through last night? Do you know? Probably not, right? Do I know what all of you went through last night? I don't. But here we are. We are interacting right now. And not knowing what you have gone through last night, how should I treat you today? Without knowing what you went through. If I was rude to that girl that day, what am I doing? Does that girl deserve my attitude? No, she doesn't. This is where serving customers from the heart comes in. But the word customer, it's totally wrong. Totally wrong. Who are you serving? You may want to ask. Who are you serving? Who am I serving right now? I am serving humans, isn't it? I am serving humans. Because if I serve humans every day, I think we will have a tendency to treat them from our heart. So today, this is what I intend to do within this 30 minutes that I've been given. How can you serve people from your heart? So this is what we went through over the last 10 years, teaching customer service to adults. And we have summed it up as a framework. And that framework I'm going to talk to you about today. But I'm not going to be too serious here. I'll be very casual. So from time to time, I may borrow one of you to do some acting here. Is that okay? Because I really want to treat this as a chance to teach you something, a chance to share knowledge. So my hope is when we finish this 30-minute session, there will be someone, at least someone in this audience who would have learned something today. Is that fair enough? Yeah? So let's get on with it. So the H in learning from your heart represents the idea of greeting people. How do you greet at the moment? How do you greet the people that you meet every day, the humans that you meet every day, the humans who you don't know what went through last night? Humans. Do you ignore them? Do you look them in the eye and smile? You've got to do something because this is your very first interaction early in the morning when you come to office. So greeting is an important element that we don't do the way we should do. Because if you serve humans, you can't ignore them. Because that girl who I just told you, a mother passed away just a few days ago, and I'm ignoring her. That's not nice. We are all brothers and sisters. The people who come to get service from you are brothers and sisters, are human beings. If you have emotions in you, you got to raise your head, smile, and do something, isn't it? So, how do you greet properly? That's what I want to address to you. How can you greet the humans that you meet properly? Even in a natural conversation, that is the hello, isn't it? Somehow you may not say hello, you don't do that. But somehow when you look at the person or look in the eye or smile or nod, you are in effect saying a hello. And that is the start of a beautiful conversation with another human being. You may call them customers, you may call them wife or husband or child, but they are human beings, however you want to call it. So, there are 4 things, 4 ingredients in a good hello. 4 ingredients. When another human being, let's say a customer, walks into Stelco, today, I'll share with you one experience I had today. So I came, I was waiting for Azhar, and a lady from the reception area came towards me. I was just looking at that screen there, which had the numbers, the serving numbers. So I was looking at the screen. A lady came and said hello to me. I turned around and he said, "Are you okay?" That was really nice because that's our first interaction. I said, "No, I've called someone, I'm waiting." She smiled and went back to the counter. Now when I go to your home, I'm a stranger. When I go to your home, I'm a stranger and you should come to me, right? And that's what that girl downstairs did to me today. And it felt really good. So that is the first ingredient. Whenever someone comes to you, to your home, to your office, to your workspace, get out from that territory that you own. Go towards him and start saying the hello or communicating. So home is very important. Making them feel like they are in your home is very important. Even when somebody is answering a phone, you could treat them or greet them as if you are greeting someone to your home. The second ingredient is about connect. Again, a lot of people don't do this the way you should do. They don't. Can I borrow one person here to do a role play? Just one person, come on. Come here. Knowledge sharing is not like sitting there and doing nothing. Come on. Ayya, can I have you? Ayya, come on, Ayya. Come on, Ayya. Thank you, Ayya. Hi, Ayya. I know Ayya a lot, so that's why I asked. So Ayya is going to serve me. I'm going to his office, his shop. Okay, so he's selling certain things. So I'm going to go to his shop. I'll be his customer. But here, listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. As I come to his shop, something is happening to me. Some people have stabbed me, knives. Imagine stabbing knives. And then there's blood all over me. Okay, Ali? So there's blood all over me, but I'm a very strong guy. So I'm going to go to his shop, get some circuits and some things that I need, and then I'm going to go home. Okay, so I'm very, very, very strong. So here we go. So someone just stabbed me. Ah! So here I go. Blood flowing. I'm coming to Ayya. Ayya. Ah. Can I get that? I want to buy this. Can I get this? Take all. Take all. Take all. Ah, thank you. How much? Nothing. Free. Free. Yeah. Thank you, Ali. Thank you. Now, the point is, thank you, Ali. You proved the point, actually. The point is, no matter what I go to buy, if I have all these things, all these wounds in me, all this blood in me, what do you do first to a human being? Sell it? Free, go home? Definitely not. You will stop from selling and your entire mood, attitude will change to helping. Am I right? So I'm sure that the real way, the human way of doing it, not the Ali's way, but the human way of doing it is sit down, I'll get some help, I'm going to call a doctor, I'm going to call an ambulance, or that. Selling stops right there. Now, it may not be this bad, isn't it? Mala is not that bad. People stab you and then you still go on and get service. It's not that bad. But things are happening in this society. And you as a service provider needs to connect with the other human being. For example, hey, who do you support? Who do you support? England. Oh, they lost. You must be so sad. What can I offer you today? This? That? That? See, I connected with him first. If it's Ramadan first, the first day of Ramadan, and then the second day you come to work, what do? You connect with them. How was yesterday? How was fasting? Was it okay? If somebody coming to get service and he's sweating, what do? You don't worry about the sweat and you start talking. No, you don't do that. You offer him a glass of water maybe. If someone is wet from rain, you offer him something, a tissue for example. So we fail to do this and we don't properly connect with people. Other human beings we don't, because we are too preoccupied in our mind. So saying hello is a very, very, very long process. There are things you can learn. We do this particular session for more than 10 hours of learning. Today I'm going to do it in 30 minutes, by the way. So yeah, connecting is important. What about smiling? I know your life is miserable for some people, but when you are in a professional setting, the misery remains at home, but you show up with the smile, with the right attitude. We do it time and time again. So this is important. Imagine a world where everyone smiles at each other. Imagine a world. So smiling becomes crucial when you are interacting with these people we call human beings. Finally, one last little thing regarding saying hello. One last little thing. If you know somebody's name, you have to serve them by using that name. How many times have I called Ali just now, or Ayya? The reason is, the more I call his name, the more comfortable he becomes, and the more beautiful the interaction gets. So use the name as much as you can. If you are in front of someone serving a workmate, or serving a customer, or serving or talking to another person, stranger even, learn their names, because that can help you do the task of interacting, that first hello, much beautifully. Moving on. So that's the first thing, first step in serving people from your heart. The H, which is the hello. What about the second one? What do you think this is? The E. So when you say hello, when you acknowledge someone for the first time, then you get the chance to engage with them. This is the chance you get to start the conversation, to start engaging. And this is a long, long thing, a long knowledge area, how you interact with other human beings. It is a huge thing. But let me ask you a quick question. The question is, what is communication? When I say communication, what comes to your mind? Just quickly, just imagine something in your mind when you hear the word communication. What comes to your mind? Can I quickly ask you? What comes to your mind when you hear the word communication? Muamalat kurun, okay. What about objects? Think of objects. What objects comes to your mind? Huh? People. How many? A lot? Yeah? What about this table? Sharing the needs between two people, yeah? So most people, when I ask this question, I discovered, or we discovered in Mindfields, that they had this object of two people communicating, sending messages, receiving messages, and doing that as a process. Two people. But what we fail to realize or recognize is communication starts from you as an individual. So when you interact with people, if you're already negative, in a negative world, if you're already disappointed in the way Maldives, the Malay streets are, and then you meet your first client, what will happen to you? Do you think you will have a good engagement? No. If your boss yelled at you just now, and then you are going in front of your first customer after that yelling, what will happen to you? The idea is never ever give the remote control of your life to someone else. Don't let your boss press the button smile or press the button cry, and then you start crying or smiling. Don't give this away. Communication is this. If somebody hurts you, come on, get up and start living your life much better. If your boss yelled at you, don't let negativity ruin your next phase of your life. So if you give this away, the chance to start communicating becomes a very, very tough job for you. It's so tough because communication is so complicated, guys. All these things happen when you interact with people. There are emotions, there are experiences, there are focus issues in this world. Look at the phones that you have. All these things you have to navigate to ensure that you interact with that person correctly. And you will fail if you don't focus on these areas. So staying true to yourself becomes so crucial when you start the process of engagement. So this is what the idea of engagement covers. And this is another research, maybe you should learn from it. Only 7% is in the words we speak. When I'm giving you a message, it's only the 7% that the words are really associated here. 93% is my body language, how I use my voice, the tone of that voice in giving this message. So it's so important that when you engage with people, you have the right attitude. You have the right control in yourself. Here are more things, areas that you ought to be aware of. The facial expressions, the way you dress and groom, your body posture. If you're like this, then it has an impact on the people that will listen to you. You got to be strong. You got to be like, a good posture is important. Eye contact. If you fail to look the person in the eye, then you are also telling the person, I'm not interested in you. So you got to avoid that as well. Touch has a power. Gestures has a power. The space and physical areas has a power too. Can I borrow one person again? One last time? Who's going to be here? Come on, quick. Who's going to be here? Where's Iqbal? Come on, Iqbal. Thank you, Iqbal. Yeah, nice to meet you, Iqbal. Okay, so when I'm interacting with him, I, as a service provider, should understand there are limits to the distance that I have to keep while I talk to him. If I'm like this close to him, it's uncomfortable. Is it uncomfortable? It is, isn't it? It's not professional, right? But if I'm friends with him, yeah, this is okay. Yeah, England, Bali, you know. So if I'm friends, that's okay. But in your professional service setting, they say that it has to be an arm's length distance between you and Iqbal. So when we are at this space, both of us are very comfortable. So and that doesn't mean if a customer or other human being comes, wait. Okay, how are you today? So you shouldn't do that. It should happen. Thank you, Iqbal. It should happen from here. So the physical distance or the space that you have between one another becomes very, very crucial in delivering the message in that interaction. Subconscious habits. We are not even aware of the bad little subconscious habits that you do. Some people have a lot of dufaichi in your mouth. Some people just finished a cigarette and you are in front of a client or customer or another human being who don't like that smell. So there are so many things. Some people may scratch, they don't realize it. Others they don't realize it. And then you just do this to shake hands. So subconscious habits are also vital in that interaction. So these are things that from a knowledge point of view, we all need to be aware of. So that's the E, right? I'm very much quickly summing this up. The A here stands for adding value. Whenever you try to interact with someone, you need to add value to the conversation. If you are Stelco employees, there are ways you can add value. These are things. You got to know your company. You got to know the products. You got to know the client's needs. I'll give you one little example. We did a little research and we used STO to do this research, a home improvement back then. So when the salespeople there were selling things, like for example, TVs, so a customer comes in and the sales girl or sales guy would tell the customer, I'll speak in the way, okay? Mi TV mi dihas rufiya, mi TV mi fanaraha, mi TV ya e TV ya inna tafata ki. What are we doing? Why is it not good from a selling point of view? Is there a brand called Mi TV? No, there's not. Is there a brand called a TV? There's not. Mikumfuning algonmen kodde hidumataki. What does the mikumfuni means? No, what you're referring to is telco. If you answer the phone, you got to use the word Stelco as much as you can. Because that word is 75 years strong. It has a reputation so strong, but you're not using it. Alugandumen kumfuni ga kuragotaki. That's not good enough. Because alugandumen kumfunya vure, Stelco is more strong, guys. And although you don't know the impact the customer has, you have to trust that that brand value can speak volumes to calm the customer, to bring confidence to the customer, and to make your interaction more easy to the customer and you. So use the word. I'm just highlighting one simple aspect. How far we don't use the little assets that we have in possession. Even the name Stelco, for that example. So adding value means you got to use the knowledge you have because customer wants them to be heard from you. So that's what adding knowledge does. The R here, in your interaction with the customer, the R stands for resolving everything. Why do you go to doctors? When you go to a doctor, will the doctor ever tell you, "Anekka ekke miha miongai, miten kiha derakame"? Will the doctor say that? I hope not. I don't think doctors ever say that. So if a customer calls you angry or very, very disappointed, why do you have the attitude to say, "Ekkala miha anekka gula marang undagu coffee"? Who else can they call? The President Muiz? No. They are calling you because you are the solution. Because you can give the solution to the customer or that other human being. So, most important thing for you is you got to understand that you are a problem solver, just like the doctor. So, because you are the problem solver, they keep calling you. Because you're the problem solver, they come to you and put out the disappointment in them. So guys, we got to put this hat as often, as much as we can. Because to serve other humans, you need to have this, because that is why they come to you. That is why they are coming to you every day. All the emails, all the phone calls that they makes to you, all these things happen because they want you to solve the problem for them. And finally, the very last thing in this, we call it the heart model, and in the very last thing in this heart model is the idea that we don't thank them enough. We don't thank them enough. And thanking them is also something that is inbuilt in you. The more you practice it, the more it gets real for you. In practice, no better place than the entire office space. Whenever you interact with someone or another workmate, try to thank them as much as you can for the things that they are doing for you. So thanking is vital, and we don't. A taxi, for example. How many of us today gets out of a taxi and says thank you for the taxi driver? How many of us in our society does that? There are a couple of hands, well done, but there's another. But most, would you agree, most people don't do it these days. Most people don't. So I think we need to, even in this culture, we need to bring this up as something that is inbuilt in our culture. Thanking people for the little things that they do. And when you are in a professional setting, don't just thank them and say bye. No, invite them back. Give them the chance to come back to you another time. So this, guys, is the heart model. And I hope that within these 30 minutes that we have, you have learned at least something. At least something. And like I said, this is an area that we do for more than 10 hours of learning, where we give the participants the chance to experience, the chance to role play, and start, like what our MD said, the dialogue really. So the more you have this dialogue, the more you will go towards that dreamland that you are envisioning. So that's what serving humans from the heart really means. And to me, to us, to Mindfields, we don't talk about customers, because when you address another human being as a customer, you are throwing away the most beautiful word in the dictionary, which is human beings, right? So thank you, guys. Thank you very much.